Hi friends, I'm LJ Jarvis, and welcome back to the Lewis Jarvis Show. So like everyone else, I was ecstatic to see the Death Korps of Krieg get their own range of plastic models. And yeah, the trailer that revealed them, and the box that they will be a part of, the new Kill Team box, it was spectacular. Comparing that trailer to the trailer for 40k 9th edition and AOS 3rd edition, I'm sorry, but that trailer blew them away. It's this trailer that I think has been the best one so far from Games Workshop. Praise cinematics aside, I gotta say guys, I don't really have words for this except that I love the new models. They are basically everything that I hoped for if the Death Korps of Krieg were to get their own range of plastic models. And if anything, it's the perfect way to update the Astra Militarum. Instead of giving us new Acadian stuff, they give us more regiment stuff, such as how they've done so when they gave us a box of content and Ghosts. If there's a way to update the Astra Militarum, it's not by giving us more Acadian stuff, it's by giving us even more regiments from other planets within the Imperium. Because after all, the Astra Militarum, the Imperial Guard, is not just Cadia. It's also Katachan, Armageddon, Taneth, Krieg, and others. It also would also work to give us a new range of Katachan models because, well, they are another range of models that kind of do need the updates. I'm glad that they chose the Krieg, and of how they've done them, again, there's no other way of me saying besides, awesome work guys, you've done an excellent job. But I figured for today's video, why don't we do something a little bit different? Why don't we compare the models that are available from Games Workshop to the Krieger models that were available from Forgeworld? If we were to compare them side by side, how was the transition from fine cast to plastic? And what was the result of this? Well, comparing them side by side, there's not really a difference. They still have that sort of World War I aesthetic, they have the same trench coats, the same max, the same helmets. There's really not much for me to say, honestly. I think it was a smooth transition, and this is how I would envision it if they were to convert the fine cast models to plastic. And I'm glad they didn't do anything that would alienate the original design. And yeah, like I've said before, it works. I did get a few comments about the little subtle differences from the fine cast model to the plastic. It doesn't ruin the model at all, it's just something people notice. But what did they notice? Well, for me at least, the obvious difference is the mask. Bear with me. The mask from Forgeworld, there is this sort of boxness to it. As in there's like these sharp edges to the mask, making it almost look like a box shape almost. But if we were to compare that to Forgeworld, there is a sort of smoothness, a more rounded look. Again, it doesn't ruin them all, and it doesn't change the aesthetic at all. It's the same design, but it's given a different look to it. It's not a big difference, but again, it's something I've noticed. And the other thing I've noticed straight from get-go when I saw the models for the first time is also the hose. The hose from Forgeworld has a more thinness to it. It's more like a thin hose running from the mask to the bag. Whereas the hose from Games Workshop is a more thicker hose from comparing it to the one from Forgeworld. Which also leads me to how it's connected to the mask. Of how it's connected to the mask from Forgeworld, it looks like the hose enters the mask, whereas the hose from Games Workshop sort of covers the lower portion of the mask. I'm not nitpicking here, it's just if someone were to ask me, can you spot the difference, I would say something like that. It's just something I've noticed and something I would give comment on. And admittedly, I would also say that the model from Games Workshop is, I'll be frank here, is a lot more clean than the one from Forgeworld. But I guess that's what happens when you get access to better technology and can make even cleaner models. I won't even bother mentioning the different paint job because I don't think that's relevant. It's just basically a different paint job. I don't think that's the difference people are looking for. It's more of the difference of the build of them all, the look of them all, the aesthetic. I just don't think something like a different paint job is worth commenting on. So, comparing the models from Forgeworld to Games Workshop, again, like I've mentioned before, it's a smooth transition. And given the little changes that they've done for these models, it doesn't ruin it. Certainly doesn't ruin it for me. And if anything, I like it. I like these little changes that they've done. That is just not Forgeworld models turned to plastic. And for what they've done here, I think it works. I'm still excited for these models. And what's crazy is that we haven't even gotten our codex yet for the Militarum. So there's probably even more things coming for the Imperial Guard. Maybe we'll get more stuff for the Death Korps. Maybe we'll get things like Death Riders. Maybe even command squads. Maybe heavy unit teams. Maybe we'll get even more guardsmen for multiple regiments. Maybe we'll get models for the guardsmen of Kachan, Armageddon. Maybe we'll get stuff like Wardians, the Talarn. If anything, that's the best way to update this army. Not by giving us a new tank or anything like that, but by giving us guardsmen from the diverse planets of 40k. But that is my point of view at least. And at the end of the day, I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of the new Death Korps models? What other guardsman regiments do you think should get a plastic range of models? What other stuff for the Militarum do you think Games Workshop should do outside of guardsmen? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. And with all said and done, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all again next week with a brand new video. Have a good day, everyone. And if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to subscribe, then make sure to activate the bell notification button so you'll never miss an episode. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'll see you again soon. Have a good one.